Hello, welcome back to the channel. This week I'm going to make a traditional English bread pudding. We used to have this when we were kids because it was cheap and easy, didn't cost a lot of money to make, and it was easy on the pocket for the mums and dads. I'm changing this one slightly. I'm putting a little bit of rum in some raisins to soak up the flavour a bit, and I think it will come out alright. So watch along, I'll show you how to do it, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, let's make some bread pudding. This is a good way of using up your leftover bread. I had to buy some because we don't get much leftover bread in our place. Anyway, cut and tear your bread, mix it all together, and then add in the milk, and then thoroughly squash all this together until it all becomes incorporated and it breaks down into fairly small pieces in the bowl. Once that's done, add in your currants and raisins and mixed peel. This I've soaked for 48 hours in rum to give it a more adult flavour. You can always use rum as an essence if you're doing this for the kids. Mix this together, and once you've done that, add in the spice, and on this one I'm using ground mixed spice. Mix all that up and then pour in some eggs, free range if you can get them, and mix this in until it's incorporated. And then the last thing, put in the brown sugar. This is light brown sugar, and once again mix all this together. Now get yourself a lined tray with some parchment paper and put this in, and then try to get this even, and then spread it all out. And then once that's done, the last thing to do is to top this with some light brown sugar, and that gives it a lovely crunch when you bite into it. And just sprinkle it all on, as you see me doing here. Give it a fair amount and it makes it lovely and crunchy. And then what you do is you put this into the oven for 45 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. And then your bread pudding is done. Hello, welcome back. As you can see, that's done. It's out of the oven and I've allowed it to cool for a while. That's why I'm not burning my fingers. So what I'm going to do now is to take this out, put it onto a bread board, and then I'll cut it. So I've got this on the baking sheet that I put on earlier, and then we're now going to take it out, turn it upside down, and then that's ready for cutting. Now this is where it gets to the point of whether you're greedy or not. What I'll do is I'll cut this along here into that size, cut it again, and I must admit on these, the crusty bits around the edges are the nicest parts to have because they've really got all the flavour and a little bit of crispiness in them. And you see it cuts very easily, and you can let your guests choose what size they want. I'll try to cut them about the same, but there's always going to be something that's a little bit bigger. And there we are. Now it's just a case of turning them over to show you what it looks like. And as I said before, remember when I had this when I was a kid, it was a nice cheap thing, and it's still reasonably cheap now, but what I've done is I put the rum in it to give it a little bit of an additional flavour. You can leave out the rum if you're making this for children, or what you can do is put rum essence in it. You can also decide to put in any flavour you like, but this is really nice. The top has got a lovely little crunch on it where we put that sugar on it earlier on, and I must admit I'm really tempted. I know I'm on a diet, but I am so tempted to have a little bit of this, but I won't. I'll have to leave this to everybody else. Anyway, there it is, a beautiful traditional almost English bread pudding, just changed slightly. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the making of this video, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all again next week for another one. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Bye.